Right, this is a little update on the Mars InSight mission. The first picture we're going to put up is a picture of the actual Mars InSight probe. It was done as a selfie camera picture, so you can see most of the spacecraft there. There's a big arrow which says you are here. You're not there, but I'm there, because on where that arrow's pointing, I don't know if you can zoom up on the YouTube clip, perhaps pause it, and I don't know if you can screen grab it or something, but there's a little chip there. That chip contains 2.4 million people's names who signed up to fly with the Mars InSight probe. I'm one of those 2.4 million. My wife is also on there as well. We thought she was on there, then we did find her boarding pass. She lost her boarding pass. Typical, isn't it? You know, you like when we go to Florida, where's the boarding passes? So we found her boarding pass, and it turns out she is on Mars with me. We're not in England, we are on Mars. But it's quite a cool picture there, isn't it? And it's quite a cool thing to be that we're officially kind of on Mars. The second picture is a picture sort of showing sort of the landing gear, but you can see more of the Martian surface there. So it's really cool, isn't it? Really cool. Right, this next picture that's popping up is a picture taken from space, because there's a sort of, what I call it, a satellite. And they call them satellites around Mars, but it's basically a satellite orbiting Mars, taking pictures all the time. And then what that picture is basically showing down onto Mars is showing the exact spot that the Mars InSight probe has landed. Let's see if you can spot the solar panels. I can't see it from that picture there. It's a bit glowy, so I suppose the glowiness is the solar panels, because the sun hits the solar panels and obviously powers the probe. It says that I'm getting updates from the actual InSight, like he's talking to me. He says, thank you to my parachute and back shell and heat shield, because obviously it's like when you've seen rockets go up from the Apollo missions or even the space shuttle. When you hit the atmosphere, it causes friction, which then causes heat and all that. Although Mars has got a thinner atmosphere, it's still the same principle. You still need some sort of protection to stop it burning up, and you need some sort of way to slow it down so it doesn't really smash and go everywhere. So yeah. So there's a nice little picture anyway showing where it's landed. Don't ask me what part of Mars it's landed. It's just there. I'm guessing it's facing. Well, I don't know. It's there anyway. It's a nice little picture. Now the next picture is kind of an historic picture really, because so there have been probes which have landed on Mars. There's been the Viking missions way back in the 70s, and a whole host of other little probes have gone there. This is the first probe that has actually got a seismic instrument. So this picture here is of the seismic instrument. It's placed it on the surface of Mars. And once it's all set up, it's going to start listening for Mars quakes, not earthquake, because we're not on Earth, we're on Mars. So Mars quakes is what it's looking for. It's going to just sense the rumbling of Mars movement, which I kind of explained in my first Mars one. It's not the plates on Earth. We've got plate tectonics. So like America moves a little bit, and the Pacific side moves a little bit, which causes earthquakes and that sort of stuff. Mars doesn't have that, but it does have little spurts of gas and liquid and whatnot spurting out, and that causes little quakes around Mars. So that's quite a cool thing, isn't it? To see that is on there. It's going to be listening soon for little earthquakes or Mars quakes. I've got it wrong again. Mars quakes. Now the final picture I'm putting up is not specific to the mission, but again, as I said before, there's like a little satellite that's orbiting Mars as we speak, and it says it's been there for 15 years. 15 years this one's been orbiting Mars, so it's quite a while, isn't it? But what he's taken a picture of, this picture is popping up on the screen now, is a 82 kilometre wide crater that's topped with snow, and that's really cool. And that's huge, isn't it? That's huge, and there's snow on Mars. So we're not going to get snow in England this year. So perhaps you want to build a snowman, we used to be getting to Mars quite quick. We can build our OLEF on Mars. I don't know if you'd sing a song on Mars, I don't know. Yeah, but that's quite a nice picture, isn't it? And yeah, they say the actual crater, because obviously like on the moon, craters have got names. This particular crater is called the Korolev crater. It obviously sounds very Russian, doesn't it? Korolev. It's thought to be 1.8 kilometres deep and is filled around with 2,200 cubic kilometres of ice. That's a lot of ice, isn't it? More ice than I get in a drink in America, because they put loads of ice in their drinks. But I'm diverting. But it's a nice picture anyway. The actual thing that's orbiting Mars, that's taken these pictures, launched from Earth way back in June 2003, and it reached the Mars 6 months later. So that's how long it takes to get Mars. It's not. It's obviously a lot longer than it takes to get to the moon if you fly to the moon on a space shuttle, not a space shuttle, but whatever they're going to do. But it takes about 6 months to fly to Mars, which isn't that long really, is it? No, yeah, 6 months. I mean, I don't know what you'd do for 6 months on there. I'm sure you'd think up something to do. You could probably watch all my YouTube vlogs. That'd keep me going for 6 months, wouldn't it? But yeah, so that's just a little quick update there. What's going on in Mars, what's on the surface with their probe, what's going around on the top there. And I'll try and do another little update at some point when there's some more things to reveal.